These are the guys we're driving to Tula with. It's the first time I sat in this car and made a circle in this parking. What parts of your body you guys from Lamborghini have been thinking with when you made this pedal shifters? It's impossible to shift it when I turn the wheel. Only a moron could make it in such a way. WAG is one of the greatest car companies, and that's pointless to argue about it. They make Bentley, Audi, Skoda and else. And also they make Lambos. So they decided to make an everyday car, and I can understand when such shifter story happens on a sports car. But when you make an everyday car, do you understand how it works in the city? That's a fail. That's not just a mistake, that's a fail. It means that people who made it didn't think about it at all. They don't think about such things, but they ask up to 280,000 for this car. And I'm just getting started. It stinks Audi in here. It smells like Audi. Hey bro, let me turn. There's no reaction from people to this car. No one cares this is a Lambo, and I will prove it to you. If you hide the brand logo, for random people it will look like some Chinese shit. Okay, let's switch the Corsa mode. Buckle up and bully someone. I got a wife at the house, but she got no love for me. God damn, I'm flooring it and the BMW is getting away. Can you imagine that? That's awesome. Shit is getting away. That's what a cheap BMW is. Look, there are flames coming out from the exhaust.
Look, there are flames coming out from the exhaust.
Did you see that? I've got a hitch on this car. That's awesome. What about hitching us to Tula? It steers well and it keeps the road. It gives pleasure. You may like it or not, but this is a Lambo. But this transmission sucks. It's too slow. It's good. Right now we're driving at 170 miles per hour and we have 4 people inside. It's good. And it can do more. And these are winter tires. I guess we would do 185 and even faster if this road was empty. But 170 is quite a good result. You can say whatever you want. But this X5 accompanies us all this time. And it won't fall behind. So, here we are, in Tula. Comrades, all the way I've been thinking about giving you some help maybe and tell you or something. Why doesn't this small white light work? Italians call this mode ego, a kind of egoistic mode. This is a kind of a customizable mode, and there's a special switch for it here, and you can adjust the drives, the steering, and the suspension. So I customize it in a douche style, and the suspension is in its softest position. Everything is not sporty, these need to be off, and here it is, the douche mode. So now when we change the Strata mode to Ego mode, we have a douche mode instead. It is the softest and calmest mode this car can provide. And this is how we're gonna drive in Tula. Or stand. So they made this switch over here. This thing is a reverse gear, this is how it works. And that's it. And there's nothing else you can do with it. This shifter has no other functions, only a reverse gear. It looks like something significant, but it's just a bauble. And this one direction shifter is also useless. And a Strata, Sport, and I can't click back. I have to go through all other options. That's stupid. This shed is useless, and this shed is useless, and this shed is also useless. So the douche mode on and let's go. This plastic is rather cheap. Too cheap. We could have ordered it in carbon, but who needs this hi-hat? I don't need that. I swear I do not understand that. This car gives no comfort in the city. And again, I'm about to compare it with X5, but I don't want to. But this X5 is so convenient and soft, and if you want to do some sport, it can give you sport. Yes, it's not that fast as this car, it has much less power than this Urus, but still, it doesn't cost that much. And again, there's reverse gear. I so f***ing hate it. I absolutely hate it. Why do I have to search for it? That's good we're in the parking, cause you can get in some accident if you forget how it works. All the time I pull my hand the wrong direction. And then you press the gas pedal and go back instead of forth. This is such a stupid decision, not intuitive. Anyway, it feels soft and smooth with such wheels. And it's okay to drive this car in Tula. Warning, police radar ahead, 37 miles per hour. That was good. This car looks freaking ugly, but it runs as a devil. Damn. Tula is a small town, and this girl is too ambitious. She aspires to show herself, but a racing track is where it belongs. That's where it can show what it's got. These turns are just for a Lambo. Whoa, whoa, this place is interesting. It's 125. Ceramic brakes work only when they are warmed up. Now, after some intense use, I feel the pedal well and it works fine. This place is like a Nürburgring. Our mother Russia. You know, I guess it's the best time to check our brakes. This one's f***ed. It doesn't look okay. This is what happens to ceramic brakes after 3 or 4 miles of such intense driving. We just made a light off-road test. It raises itself in ascent mode. And it feels fine with these wheels, it feels confident. But all the goddamn time it searches for some solid ground, it looks for something to grab for. The off-road driving is not for this car. Well, actually same as for an ML and an X5 and any other crossover. All of these cars behave the same and this car is not exceptional. You see, when I'm in love with the car, I love it this much, this is how I love it. But I don't have such feelings to this car. Just look at these door handles. Just check this out, these door handles are so ugly. These stupid door handles are just one more reason to mock all Urus owners. When you look at this car, okay, there's some overkill with this design, that's okay, but then you see these door handles on...
What the fuck?
What's this? Just why? I'm gonna show you something. How old is this Mazda? This door handle is so elegant. It's so smooth. What year is this? Smells like someone's old grandma. And now look at this door handle.
Huh?
Such a pointless protrusion. Why the hell did they do that?
Смерть, подойдя вплотную, свинцом плюнет из дула. Дуло не подведет, не, дуло made in Дула.
Now we're going to ask random people about what this car is and how much it can cost. Let's start. Good evening, sir. Let me ask you a question. Could you please look at this car and tell us what that is? Just any ideas? Is that a Japanese or European or American? What you think? Looks like a Japanese, so it's Japanese. Okay, and how do you think how much it can cost? Just approximately. I got it, this is a Chinese car commercials. Please look at this car before you and tell us what brand that is. I don't know, looks like a Hyundai. Okay, Hyundai. Any other ideas? A Mazda? A Mazda. Yeah. Okay, so it looks kind of Asian, right? Smells like Japan or China. Maybe. And what if we make 15 steps closer just to have a better look? Will it help you recognize this car? Maybe you need to look from the side. It looks like a Hyundai for me. Good job! A Lamborghini? You read it. You're such a Hawkeye. Do you agree this doesn't look like one? Nope. So how much do you think this car may cost? Just name any price, it doesn't matter. About 40,000 since that's a Lamborghini. Okay, 40,000. Would you buy this car for $40,000? Well, maybe, only because of the brand. Agree. Imagine you have an unlimited amount of money. How much? Well, if it's a sports car... Yes, it's fast. It is. And powerful sports cars usually cost more, I guess. Yes, that's true. Well, about 15,000, I guess. So you would pay 15,000 for this car? Yes. A BMW? That's a BMW, okay. Any other ideas? Are you sure that's a BMW? It looks like one. Okay, let's come some closer, maybe it will help. So is it still a BMW? Well, does it look like one now? No, So it's still a BMW. You don't change your mind. I'm not sure. So you're not sure. How much money would you give for this car and this design if you had an unlimited amount of money? Maybe 70,000. And what if we look at this car from this side? Now it looks like a Lambo. A Lambo? Have you ever seen a Lambo crossover? Everything is possible. Well, actually, that's a good point, I agree. Okay, you won. That's a Lambo. Really? Yeah. Now I'm gonna sell it to you. And you have to bargain, just cut the price, the way you see it. Okay, let's go. I offer you this car for 350,000 bucks. Too much. 210. 140. Maybe. Okay, so that's acceptable. Would you definitely buy it for 100? Yes, I would. Looks like a Porsche. Okay, 170. And what about you? 140. And what if I tell you that's a Lambo? No. So, you know how some classic Lamborghini looks like. It's not a Lambo. You're about to get surprised. Is that a new Lada? A Lamborghini. That's a Lamborghini. And these guys want 280,000 for this car. And the best configuration costs even more. Would you give such money for it? No. That's our second day in Tula. We met Grisha, and that was not the best way to get acquainted. I think it was not polite. What the fuck? Hey BMWs, what you think you're doing? Do you understand that's a humiliation of Lamborghini? 2X5's M. The old one and the new one. And I'm flooring it. And this is the Corsa mode. 155, 160, 65, they're getting away. 170, no chances. Lamborghini, come on, wake up! That's impossible. 180, I will not go any faster, that's a humiliation. That's not serious. I'm not chasing these guys. So this is a Lamborghini, guys. It runs at 180 miles per hour. And it's helpless. So what happened yesterday? And how did it happen? Well, frankly speaking, we feel a little bit uncomfortable for that race. The guys came from Moscow and they're our guests and they are driving a Lambo. We didn't expect that. And that was not polite to humiliate our guests. We're very sorry for that. I don't want to talk about it. I feel like I'm driving some Kia Rio comparing to those BMWs. I don't want to offend the owners of Kia Rios. Well, I own one. I like this car more than the Lambo. Yes, for sure. You don't feel embarrassed for it. You just drive it. Yeah, that's right. You just drive it and no one cares. And from now on, everyone who sees you in such a car is going to use a new hashtag. Haha, Lambo! Guys, just listen to the sound and compare it. Okay, it's obvious that the blue one is a pure evil. But they make Lambos. They have to know it, don't they realize it? Everyone already understands what people expect from them, but they gave it some crazy lines. I'm so surprised with people who work for these companies and make such cars. You do have eyes and you see it looks ugly, but still. You ask 280,000. Hello, you call to Lamborghini official dealership, Moscow. Hello, my name is Natalia. How can I help you? Hello, Natalia. Please tell me, who should I talk with about maintenance of Lamborghini Urus? Connecting you with our service. Thank you. Hello, Alexei. Please tell me, what's the price for brake pads, both rear and front? This car is such a bitch. Restoring connection. God damn you, look what it does. It disconnects. I'm trying to connect to its multimedia again, cause every time I start a call, it gets disconnected in the middle of the call and search for another device. This is just an amazing multimedia system. Amazing. Check this out. Again. What a bitch. Hello. Hello. How can I help you? We have just called you about Lamborghini Urus, but got disconnected. So what's the price for brake pads, both rear and front, and the price for all works? The front pads cost $1,300. Okay, the fronts are $1,300. The back ones cost $700. But you also will need sensors for all of them. And how much for the sensors? Just tell me the full price for the sensors and the pads. And all the work. It's $2,500. So just changing the pads gonna cost $2,500. Okay. And what's the price for a regular 6,000 miles maintenance? It's about $700. And what kind of work that includes? So it's just an air filter, an oil filter, and the oil. And it costs about $800. It's $700. Oh, I misheard you.
Hey yo, I don't wanna die, and I don't wanna cry. I don't wanna live and ain't got much to give since my mama died. Verbally it's homicide. I kill these rappers. Truth be told, I ain't never.
There are smart and rich people who invested some money and found a Lamborghini dealership in Russian Federation. And these wonderful people gave us the chance to buy Lamborghini cars, or just to review them. They give invitations to presentations and show the abilities of the cars. And I would like to thank you guys for everything you do here. But I have to say one more thing. Please look at this wonderful park. Here everything is in order, but there is some disorder in your business. And the reason of this disorder are the people who work in your dealership. When you come there to review the car and talk to some car experts, you are met by some incompetent and impolite people who don't know how to treat their customers. And I can tell you that if you open another Lamborghini dealership just across the road with no person from the staff who works in the main dealership, you may just keep it with no people at all, just the big showrooms with only cars and empty offices. Such a dealership would have much better sales than you have in the main one. Please pay attention to the staff and people you're hiring. There are lots of negative reviews about them, and I decided to come and check myself, and I was shocked with the customer attitude. Summarizing all this test drive, I would like to say that this car steers amazingly, and it keeps the road perfectly. It drives really good, but it doesn't look as good as it drives. For me, this car looks cheesy, but if someone likes it, you are welcome. It costs only $212,000, and this is the poorest configuration you can get. This particular one costs $280. It has neither massage seats nor door closers. I would never give more than $140 for it. And only if this car had such a price, maybe I would think about it. So, concluding this review, I have to say that I consider it a piece of shit. I don't like how it looks like, and I don't like its price. The only thing I like is what's inside. But that belongs to Audi RS6 Avant, a crazy car with a great history. This car doesn't give same pleasure from driving that a real Lambo can give, and it doesn't have that exhaust sound I used to hear from a Lambo. No matter how hard they tried, they didn't succeed with the sound, and it influences my impressions. With 23-inch wheels, this car looks much better, but this car has 21-inch wheels and it looks rather sad. I want to thank this city and the city administration and everyone who lives in Tula. It was a pleasure to be here. My name is Davidich, and it was D3. See ya. Why are you bullying me about this headphone? This is a good headphone. I like it. Or did I put some piece of shit inside of my ear? This is a headphone. Why do I have to pull it out? I feel comfortable with it. If someone calls me, I can miss some important information without it. I feel comfortable with it. Why are you attacking me? Davidich, pull it out. Pull out this headphone. What the hell is this? Sounds like a bucket with bolts. Not sure if we keep this shot for the final cut, but... Huh? And this handle. Fuck.